Welcome to the Fourplex. Tonight's matchup, the Southern Rangers from St. John taking on your Moncton Hawks. Last game was a close one. The one before that was just as close, as Moncton able to squeeze out a 5-4 win last Sunday. And last time in their barn, a 5-4 overtime win. You can bet St. John will be ready tonight. Let's see if the Hawks can get out of their slow starts and goalless droughts here at home. That one's caught up in the feet of Cormier, so he flicks it down the ice, and that'll be an icing. The last couple of weeks have been pretty slow for a few teams, as you can really see the impact of that Florenceville team out, Tony. You only see a couple teams playing each week. One team's always missing a weekend or only having one game here and there. That draws one back by the Hawks, but picked up by the Rangers. They shoot it around to the other side. Hawks try to move it up the boards, but the Rangers keep it down low. Cormier back to pick it up. Stretch pass up to Arsenault. That just tops off his stick. He's still fighting for possession. Can he get it? And that one almost back on there for partial breakaway. Moncton takes a shot from the point, but that misses by a mile. Picked up on the other side by Agnew as he tries to dump it right back in. And now Cormier gets tripped up there on the side as the fans calling for something. Moncton gets it in deep. They'll go for a change. The Rangers put it in deep. They'll change up a few of their men as well. Richford back to stop it. Now McPherson, stretch pass over to Fournette. Fournette's going to knock that in deep. Rangers fight around the boards. That's picked up by McPherson on the other end. He tries to get it in deep. Rangers knock it down. And they're able to send it back out to the neutral zone. Millier tries to feed that up to McPherson, but the Rangers get their stick on it, able to get it in. Now behind the net, up to Fournette. Fournette tries a little chip pass, but that's not out. Here's the Rangers looking for a chance. And just like that, you know these Rangers, they've been very opportunistic. Last game, the Hawks were all over them, but the game remained close even though the Hawks were dominating, but this Rangers team just needs a break for a second. There's their first shot on net. Richford steers that aside. Now behind the net, both teams trying to get possession. That one's finally chipped out. And the Hawks will go for a change, but both D out again. We've seen this early this year, and here come the Rangers trying to take advantage. And that's something we've seen earlier on in the year, where both D-man would be slow to get the change, and the stretch pass can almost burn you a few times, and the Hawks get caught in the same mistake there almost. Rangers knock that one in deep, and they'll be right there to try to pick it up, but Rayfuse along the boards looking for an option. Robinson goes right up through the middle. He sends it to Robichaud, who puts it in, but Robichaud didn't quite get to the red line, and that'll be an icing. Last Sunday, I should say, against the Rangers. The Rangers started off strong for the first couple shifts. Then we seen the Hawks sort of take control of the game, get up 2-0 after the first. Rangers right now doing the same thing. They've won the first few shifts here, even though not much going on both ends. Big draw win here by Patterson, as he's back in the lineup after his suspension. Cameron Martin still out due to injury. Max Cherio call up tonight, taking his spot, so will be number 4 in our lineup. Agnew now, he stops that puck from getting onto the stick of the Rangers, but now he works his way out front, almost picked off. Rayfuse lays the body. Patrice now behind his net as the Rangers doing a great job applying pressure to our Hawks down low. There's a shot, tipped right on. And the Rangers stirring it up early as they were far out there, but they're getting into the mix as they're going to try to change their game plan today.
Yeah, Hawks struggling a little bit early here with the breakout, getting that puck out from the beyond the ringette line.
Well, you nailed the nail on top of the head there, Tony, as last game the Hawks did such a good job applying pressure, not allowing the Rangers get some steam moving out of their zone, and Rangers doing it right back to the Hawks tonight. That's shot in hard around the boards. Rangers trying to hold it in. And finally, Cormier able to sneak that one out across the blue. Not much hitting last game. A couple little bumps as both teams settled in. There's Guedette stepping up on his man Hall. Another little bump there by the Rangers, so already a few more hits than last game.
Jamie, were you mentioning that Jay Cornett-Patterson is back tonight?
Yes, that has been mentioned. Only Cameron Martin missing again from our lineup tonight.
And the Rangers have some reinforcements tonight with Reed Baskin back in the lineup.
That draws one by the Rangers. Knocked right back in. They try to send it out front, and that goes through a few too many people. Finally picked up by the Hawks as they come back the other way. Here's Casey trying to feed it over to Fournette. Too many sticks in the way of that pass, however. Now the Rangers try a stretch pass, but that's just off the mark as Robinson's got to hurry his way back. He's able to chip it over to St. Clair. St. Clair gives it away. Here's a great chance there, and then it's a score as the Rangers just creating all kinds of havoc in front of the net as they do it again. Exactly like Sunday. Too many men in front, not enough people covering them. And the Ranger is able to strike first. Still looking for a first shot on net for your Hawks. More than 5 minutes into the game, that's never a good sign.
Not normal either for the Hawks, who normally get a ton of shots on net.
Again, I cannot tell you how much the Hawks do struggle at home as we can go in and check the record. It's not pretty. But Baskin gets involved early. There's a shot right on, so already the Rangers out shooting the Hawks 5-0. Now behind the net. They dig at it, finally pokes around, and now we got another battle a little bit higher up the boards. Patterson knocks that back in deep. Rayfuse wanted to line his man up, and here come the Rangers as they work to cut right in. And that doesn't work this time, and Robichaud gets plugged in the numbers and sent into his own bench. As the Hawks again, Tony, just look to take that 1 foot off the gas. They just, it's not that they're not doing some right stuff. They just seem like they don't have that intensity. That one-step punch. But here comes Boudreau. Let's see if he can make something happen. He shoots and misses. That's knocked up to Guedette as he tries to work his way in, and he shoots up over the net. That player's taken down. The refs let that one go. That one's sent out front. Can they make something happen? No, it's picked up by the Rangers. And the Rangers move back the other way. Look at the Hawks, Tony. They're backing right up, not stepping up. Going to allow this player to walk in and shoot. He does, looking for a rebound. And now they move it up to the point. Quick shot right on. Richford gloves it. And now we're up to 7-0 here. Shots on net. D backing up like crazy, giving all the space for the Rangers. They're going to have to settle in here or it's going to be a long night, Tony.
Good to see Boudreau back tonight. He missed practice this week due to illness, so I must be feeling better.
That pass is off the marker. Rangers able to pick it up. They retreat all the way into their own zone. Rangers on a 4-game losing streak, something that we would not expect from a team with this much talent. So expect them to be shaking things up today for sure. That chip there, half a second too late, and here come the Rangers again. As they work into the zone, shot, that just misses. And again, Tony, I'm mentioning it, you see the play happening and the Hawks just not quite there fast enough, as they just seem to be watching a little too much instead of just skating hard and finishing checks and applying pressure. Again, here's a Ranger with lots of room here, just walking up the side, everybody backing up, they try to center that, goes through everybody. Rangers just having their way here early. Great pressure there as they move it up to the point. Lots of traffic in front. Shot. Plinko here. Another shot chipped up high and out of play. And the Hawks are going to have to give their head a shake here. Almost halfway through the period, and they are looking dull. Rangers come flying over there to add a hit and keep that puck in. Rangers just winning every battle here down low. First on pucks. That one out to the point. They're going to knock it back in deep, the Rangers. Now from the point, looking for that pass. Richford out to make the save. Now centered out front. Cut off by Patterson down low. And finally, the Hawks out of their zone, chipped in deep. And nobody applying any pressure, and the Rangers just going to skate it all the way out. Rangers again, 2-on-4 down low. Rangers controlling it, trying to feed that one through. Here comes Cormier trying to get around his man. He's going to drop it back to Arsenault. Hawks on a change here, so everybody a little late getting to the party. Now the Rangers, with a little room, they unable to make that pass, a little too late. Cadet picks that up. He's going to jump in on the rush. And he tries to go around his man. Kosoboon tries to lay the old hip check down on him. Centered out front. Oh, picked up by the Hawks. Great chance, but shin pads it is. And they still look for their first shot on net. They can't buy a penny candy with a 25-cent. And that one's flicked up high. And two Rangers there to try to catch it on the other end, but Millier able to break that up. And now the pass is off the mark. The Hawks will go to change, but they don't realize the Rangers are coming back the other way, and lucky for them, that one's offside.
Bit of a better shift there. Sign of life, Jamie, signs of life.
Well, it's going to start with one shift, followed by another. just to swing this momentum around. Sometimes when you are first overall in the standings, you have a tournament under your belt, and you've already beat a team the week before, you kind of think things are easy, that you are the better team. And like anything in life, if you want to be good, you have to work at it. And the Hawks are definitely going to have to find a way to work here if they want to get back on top, as the Rangers tried to get back on side there. Well, one too many moves at the line. That's the thing with the Rangers, hey Tony, we see that a lot. They're not a north-south team. A lot of the times they try to go east-west as they try to move that puck a lot, kind of like their goal. They just move it back and forth, and sometimes it's a catch-22. It works so good when they score, but sometimes it takes a lot of easy scoring chances away as they overpass. Here's Kosovo. He drops it back for his man, but he wasn't ready for it. That's flipped down the ice by the Rangers as the Rangers try to come on a quick attack and get around the D. But that puck floats behind the net. Now from the back, rear side, they try to sneak one in. Richard's got to be careful. Lots of action in front of him. He's able to pounce on it. And now the Rangers come in and grab Robinson by the back of the head. Not sure what that's all about. Rangers almost got a dirty goal there, Tony, as they just pushed that one through the net with all the bodies in front.
I don't want to jinx it, but refs are letting him play.
I don't mind
I'll
that.
knock on wood here.
Last game, there was only 2 penalties, 1 on each side. Turned out to be a 5-4 game. One with about 3 minutes or less in the game, so it was a good game. Hopefully this one will be the same here if they continue to battle back and forth. Rangers able to dig that one out now. They send it back up to the point. That skips off the D-man stick for half a second, so he has to send that back in deep. Hawks able to win the battle down low as they try to skate it through instead of chipping it out. And the Rangers able to keep it down low. Finally comes back up to Fournette, and Fournette doesn't get it in deep as he had Refuse right to his right, or he could have chipped it in, but he loses that battle and the Rangers able to come back the other way. Hawks now in the neutral zone, try to chip it in deep, but Rangers pick that up. And there's a big hit by Refuse as their man tried to just get the red line and knock that in. And right when he sent that down the ice, Refuse ran him over. That one's chipped in, and again, the Rangers able to be the first on pucks. Battle in the corner now. Finally up to the point. Sent over, shot through traffic, but off the skate wide. Rangers again first on the puck down low as they move it back up to the point and try to send that one to the far side. Rangers doing all they can to hold that one in, and that one looks like it's going to be an icing again as Refuse had lots of room but didn't quite get the line. The linesman had his arm up, but they called that one off. There's a good job by Arsenault winning the battle to keep that puck in, but Millier tries to do the same, but it goes off the skate. And the Rangers are going to get a change as they get that in deep. Shot up to Millier. Millier now. He takes his first shot on net for the Hawks at 5:37 in the game, or left in the first period, I should say. Big hit there. As the Rangers got a chance to get it over, and Richford's gonna jump on it, but there comes Van Horsen to snow the goalie, and that'll draw a crowd. Rangers able to get that one back, but as that one was heading backwards, Hawks were able to get their stick on it. Really wraps that one around hard. Is Gaudette going to be able to get there in time? Yes, he holds that in. Boudreau back to support him. Now Gaudette down low, tries to take a shot through everybody off a skate. Not quite there. Another shot off the side of the net by Arsenault as it was hanging around just in front of the goalie there. Rangers now chip it up the boards, trying to catch it on the other side of the D-man. That's shot in off the boards. Rangers stretch pass again, trying to catch this D. There's the Hawks. Looking like they need to go to Irving and fill up the tanks because they're running on empty by the looks of it here. The Rangers just with a lot more steam and energy here so far in this first period. Again, another draw down low. First penalty of the game coming for head contact. Looks like the Rangers are going to go to the box for a head contact. Tony, I didn't see anything there, but...
No, I didn't see it either, but ref saw it.
Nonetheless, one penalty thus far is pretty good. Casey, Fournette, and Arsenault going to start things off. They did really well the last couple weeks. Let's see how they can do here. That one sneaks out, and this is going to be Hall trying to catch it on the other side. And St. Clair able to get in front of him. As that one sent all the way down the ice. Richard gets that one up. He tries to sneak that one through on net, but that goes off a shin pad again. You know, McPherson going to try to get down low to set things up. He goes up to Richard. Richard over to St. Clair, who tries to feed that through some traffic, but that's chipped wide. That one again, chipped all the way down the ice, and Richard's going to probably have to play this puck. No, he holds off as the defender goes wide. St. Clair to Cormier. Cormier wraps that around hard, but nobody's going to pick it up. Rangers going to have a good shot to throw this down the ice, but Big Bad Millier able to hold that off on the boards. Now he's got a shot from the slot. He gets it through, and that's kicked out by Thibodeau. Millier playing on a different side. There's a rebound, another shot on net. Down low. Hawks trying to work that one in it. Sneaks away, and Thibodeau will cover that up. Rangers able to win that draw. And they wrap it around the boards, and it just stays in. No, the linesman calls it out.
No way.
He hesitated on that one, but it was close. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt today. Able to win this draw. Unable to get around the linesman that time. No, there's a nice shot at the post. Rebound scores. That's why you drive the net, baby. As Arsenault finds the rebound after the one-timer goes off the post. And the Hawks score on the power play to tie it at 1-1. Funny thing happens when you're able to get shots on net. Question is, can they do it 5-on-5, Tony?
We're about to find out.
They needed the power play that time. Let's see if this sparks the engine as Patterson's bumped. Rayfew's able to keep it in, but the ref again in the way. There's another shot from a sharp angle. That was close. Closer than you think if you were watching on TV. That was looking upwards as Patterson tried to get it. There's a shot. That's a field goal, unfortunately, from the blue line by Sinclair. There's a shot, more of a pass over. Oh, he had a chance to walk right out there. Robichaud did, but he did a little too much looking there. The Rangers run into each other. They lose the puck. They were able to clear that, but Sinclair has to fire that one. That was going top shelf. Goalie was down. There's a hit, but it's interference because they were both going for the puck. And the Rangers gonna go back to the box, and the Hawks back to the power play with 1:13 left in the first period. You don't see Rayfews go down that often as two bodies collide, and maybe the only reason that he went down is because he wasn't expecting it.
For sure.
The goalie's got a loose lace around the blade. He might have to come off for one shift if they can't fix it quick, depending on what the referee says. But it looks like it's just an equipment check, so they'll tie that up quick.
Give those penalty killers a little bit of a breather before they start this penalty kill. It's mind games, Jamie. It's mind games, I tell you.
And the goalie's fixed up. He's ready to go. Back up to the boards, but they got to be quick. And the second attempt by Richard to hold off that breakaway as he reached back to try to dig at that puck one last time. He was beat. And now Abel skates that all the way in, but he's down low now. And he's going to need some help. As the Rangers doing a great job stopping them from setting anything up. The big Rayfews comes in to dig that puck out as he works it along the boards. Now Robichaud. Robichaud sends it to nobody. I don't know who he was looking at. Now Patterson. Up to Millier, but that's off his stick, and the Rangers able to fire it around. And Cadet had him lined up, and he threw on the brakes immediately, as that could have been a dangerous collision. And here's Hall again, looking for a last chance, and really able to get in front of it. And that'll do it for the first period. The Hawks will have a 47-second power play to start the second, unless something transpires here, as both teams having a couple words. Hawks able to tie it up on the power play, but the story of the first has been the Rangers and their engines a little bit stronger than your Hawks, but we'll see if it switches over here in the second. But until then, we'll take a 10-minute break as they fly. We're all set here and ready to go for the second period. Hawks on the power play for 47 seconds. 1-1 game, tied up late as the Hawks were on their first power play. Rangers win the draw and knock it all the way down to kill some valuable time. That pass is knocked down momentarily, but shot in hard, and Boudreau going to be first on it as he's in the corner. He chips it over to Cormier. Cormier back up to Millier, over to Gaudette. Gaudette walks in front, tries for a shot, looking for a rebound. Doesn't quite get there. Now, Millier able to chip it in. And Arsenault settles things down, back up to Millier. Everybody in front of the net. Millier winds up, lots of action. Puck's loose, but nobody can get to it. Again, Arsenault working his way to the line. Quick rebound. Sticks were in the air, a little too high there. And the Hawks still trying to find that goal here on the power play. And it finally comes to an end as we're back to full strength. But that's an icing. Both teams change up the horses. Hawks now move that up towards the line, but the linesman in the way. And they're forced to fire that one back in and go on the chase. This time the Rangers do a good job with a little chip ahead. Now St. Clair trying to hold his man off as he tries to work around. Great chance there for the Rangers as he threw that one on last minute. Richford had to kick that out. That's wrapped around hard by the Rangers. They let that one go through, picked up as he walks all the way in, looking for an opening. These Rangers again looking to make these east-west passes, look for them to set things up again as they're elusive when they set things up just like that. And Richford gets the glove on that one, but that was a dandy little play there by the Rangers. Jay Patterson able to get that one back, but that one's given right back to the Rangers at the line. They dump it in deep. Rayfree is unable to chip that one out. Here comes Van Horsen trying to get to that middle ice. Slam, lots of action in front, rebound! And second rebound goes in. There was lots of people in front of the net. I couldn't quite see what happened there. But great job there as Van Horsen worked his way and got a shot, a rebound attempt. And then the next one ended up finding the back of the net.
We were just talking there in the break. There are Hawks investigators had the information on the goal scorer, Reed Baskin, why he was missing some time. He got a leg cut during a game at the Ice Jam. So pretty scary there, but back in action and scoring goals.
So Baskin again involved in that goal as well. So good welcome back party to Moncton for him tonight. The Rangers doing everything they can to stop the Hawks from setting up. As that one tries to get centered by Arsenault, but knocked away by the Rangers. Burnett Patterson able to keep that one in at the line. Now Rayfuse is going to go back up to the line. Nice little shake off by Gaudette, but that comes over the line. He's forced to put it in deep. Hawks able to dig that one out from the corner, get it to the point. Quick shot towards the net, but nobody was in front. Boudreau was in the high slot. He catches that one off the ankle. And the Rangers try to poke that one up ahead. Hawks now settle things down behind their net. Nice try for the stretch pass up to Arsenault. Arsenault over to Millier. Millier's got a quick shot, looking for a rebound. Everybody's there. The puck is loose. Fire that right on net. He does. But by the time he settled the puck down, the goalie was ready. Another shot. Misses wide. Millier, another shot deflected wide. Lots of action here now as the Hawks looking real good out to McPherson, but he can't quite get a shot away. The Rangers send it all the way down, but that should have been an icing. That was 4 feet from the red line. The coach is yelling for an icing. No call here, but here come the Rangers. Quick shot. And they're going to try to take advantage of this non-call here as they got it down low now. Trying to work that up to the point. And finally, the Hawks able to knock that down. As they cross the line, here comes Boudreau. Rebound! Sticks are in the air. They all went to the net, but I don't think anybody was ready for a rebound. As we had 2 flybys. This one's offside, so the Hawks are going to have to touch back up. Chipped in. Rangers, again, trying to settle things down as they dig it in the corner, waiting for reinforcements. Again, the referee involved. The Hawks able to skate that one out, but the Rangers put it right back in. The Hawks just having a hard time stringing a couple shifts together here. And other than the power play, in maybe 2 shifts, they have just been outplayed. Rangers win the draw. They try to walk it along the line. They send it over. Shot on net. Nice little deflection there. Oh, it's sent over. Richford has to slide over. He's out of his net now as he looks to go to the other side. As again, those Rangers looking dangerous when they move that puck along. And the Hawks really got to watch out. The net's off as they try to get it in the short side. And Richford ends up jamming his pad against the net. And it pops off, and thank goodness for Chef Boyardee, the Hawks will get a little break. Hawks able to win that draw. Rangers right on them as they look to keep that in, and they do. Rangers doing a terrific job applying pressure to the Hawks here. Whether it's forechecking, back-checking, just not allowing the Hawks to have an easy go today. Hawks try to set it up front. Oh, a swing and a miss by Rayfuse as he was all alone and couldn't pull the trigger. Now the Rangers try to set up in the slot. As another east-west pass is made. There's a shot right on. Deflection. Oh, Richford has to sprawl over. Watch, they try to set it behind the net. And that's almost banked off the goalie and in. As great heads-up play by the Rangers as they didn't see an option, but Richford was down. They tried to bank it off his back. And the banking part worked, but in the net did not. Very interesting to watch these two teams play back and forth, Tony. One team's a north-south. There's Cormier working his way in. He just loses the puck for a second. And the Rangers east-west team, as they look to use their skill more than their brawn. There's a shot through a bunch of traffic. Millier pins his man to the boards. That's knocked free to the far side. Gudet going to try to get to it. He pushes up to Cormier. Here comes Cormier now. Boudreau, Cormier. Boudreau's in the slot, but he puts it right in the belly when he had a man right on the side. Hawks just unable to capitalize on their chances. That's something that's been going on all year. Rangers, nice little chip up to Van Horsen, the leading goal scorer, shot right on. Richford out and shuts the door on that one. Draw sticks at the dot, nice little pass over, no, what a beauty shot. Again, east to west, nobody home as the Hawks just unable to pick up loose players. And they showed up at a horse show and forgot to bring their horses. And like I said at the first of the broadcast, if you think this Rangers team was going to go 0-5 in their last 5 games, you were kidding yourself. This team has way too much skill. And we're seeing it on display here. And guess who's involved again? Baskin, as he's involved in all 3 goals of this game. And there's an almost giveaway as the Hawks just not moving the puck fast enough. Rangers all over them. There's a shot through traffic. You can see the Rangers moving around. They're just flying from side to side. Here come the Rangers again as they head down the ice. They get some support, able to knock it back down. And look at the effort here by the Rangers to get to the puck first. Looking out front. And again, they try to get to that puck. And here it's back up to the point. Hammered, deflection. And finally the Hawks able to clear the zone as a leaping Ranger tried to take Boudreau out. Boudreau tries to go through 2 people. Rebound, nice save by Thibodeau as he kicked out the boot. Rangers able to be first on pucks here again. They chip it in. They're there first, doing what the Hawks do best. Hawks have a little steam here as they come through the zone. They're forced wide, and that pass is off the mark. Highest scoring team in the league is the Rangers. There's a pass attempt blocked as the defenseman goes down and takes away all that. Rebounding attempt, lots of swatting, and the goalie able to finally pounce on that.
Go Hawks! Good a time as any here, Jamie.
Millier fires that in. No Hawks even chasing that one, Tony. Everybody just sitting back, watching the play. And the Rangers just creating havoc for the Hawks. As again, just having their way. All the Hawks can do is turn and fire it in the neutral zone here right now. Finally, that one's picked up by Fournette, moves over to McPherson. McPherson, one too many passes. Rangers come back the other way, and Casey lays a good hit. Let's see if that sparks the boys. Well, the Rangers have scored a minimum of 4 goals in every single game we played this year except for one. The one time we beat them at home, 2-1. Every other game that we have played, they have scored a minimum of 4 goals. McPherson back to dirty that up. Fournette gets it in, and he's going to go on the chase. Great battle there as Casey comes in to help out. Eventually the Rangers down low able to move this puck up ice. As St. Clair able to angle his man to the boards. Rangers come in with a little hit there, trying to disturb things. Casey tries to chip it up the way, but Rangers knock that down. Fournette up to Rayfuse. Rayfuse chips it. Hawks going for a change. He's going to have to hold that down low, wait for some support. But Rangers come back the other way with it. Stretch pass off the boards. Hawks unable to make the pass there, but the puck clears the zone. Rayfuse again tries to throw that one towards the net. Now Rayfuse just throws another one that goes off a shin pad, and Rangers looking to take advantage here. As Van Horsen in, shot right in the breadbasket of Richford. As he was trying to go wide and get one more stride before he was going to cut in. And the Hawks continue their struggles of scoring at home, Tony. Let alone their ability to win games at home. Possible for the point, tipped. Another shot that sails through everybody, and Hawks come back the other way. Millier dumps that one in. Hawks playing with it in front of the net. That's almost a turnover. Rangers able to keep it in. And here's a chance. Oh, the ref gets in the way again. And he had all the space in the world to be against the boards. No, he's at the line. And you can't even make this stuff up. I don't know how a referee, Tony, is in the middle of the ice like that, but we just witnessed it. Cormier now trying to go wide as he laces one on net. But everybody was gone for a change, so that'll at least get you a face-off inside. Well, I can bet, Tony, that that guy is not going to call a penalty against the Hawks if you see one, or he may call one quickly against the Rangers because he knows he took away a great opportunity there for the Hawks. Rangers now enter the zone as they chip it in. There's a penalty coming up to boarding, looks like, on the Hawks. So that penalty was called by the other ref, so a great chance broken up by one ref and an opportunity given here to the Rangers by the other. Rangers able to get it to the point as they look to put that one on. Rangers keeping it to the outside, waiting for their opportunity. And there's a giveaway. And that'll be sent down the ice by Fournette. Casey's going to fly over. He's able to get involved in that, break it up momentarily, but Rangers are able to get it back into the zone. As Kosovo from the point, didn't see Rayfuse coming behind him. That was knocked away. North-south. Here's a chance. Up and over the net again. The east-west pass there. Tony almost ably capitalized on by the Rangers. That one's offside. 35 seconds to go for the power play. 3-1 for the Rangers as they've come out storming here.
Maybe Amanda Esterbrooks is out there somewhere in her living room screaming offside ref. Shout out to Amanda.
Stretch pass tipped in by Casey. 20 seconds to go. Rangers chip it in. They'll be the first one there to get it. So Rangers look to set up this last chance here before Hawks player jumps back on the ice as they get it down low, trying to get it over wide. And here's a chance for the stretch pass. If that could be timed a little bit better, that might have worked out. Really puts that up and off the glass. Arsenault sends it over to Rayfuse passes it over to Casey, but Casey went for a change. And Cormier now, he's got a man down low. He takes a backhand, that goes wide. He was looking to feed that to Arsenault, but the hole closed very quickly there. Rangers able to break that up. Last minute to go here in the second period. Here's a chance, but the feet were too still for Arsenault, and the puck was skipping. Arsenault now behind the net. That's up to the point. Right on net, rebound! No, the stick was caught up in the other player, and Cormier couldn't get it. Again behind the net as they look to walk out and center it. Over to Cormier. Cormier tries to turn around and fire it. And Arsenault looking a little tired now. He's back behind the play. He's going for a change. So that means the player's coming out late, but the Hawks can't get control of the puck to fire that up. Rangers able to keep it in. 7 seconds to go. One last chance here. That's knocked away. And that's how this period will end. As your Hawks unable to score anything, but the Rangers able to get another 2. We'll take another quick break. We'll join you for the third and see if the Hawks can find a nearby Irving to fill up their tanks.
How many times have we had really good opportunities and the linesman or the referee's gotten in the way, though, eh? That happens to us more than anybody else, I swear.
Well, we're back here for the third. Let's see if the Hawks were able to fill up their tanks, have a Red Bull or something, as the Rangers are playing Cobra Kai. No mercy. That one's chipped in, but not deep, but Boudreau able to pick it away again. He's trying to get his way to the net. Little backhand, but wide. Here come the Rangers. They take it off a skate, 2-on-1. Nice little pass. Richford able to find it. He's looking for it, and it's just under his blocker as it bounced back to him.
Big save early there by Richford. Kind of got a lucky bounce off a skate, and a 2-on-1 developed.
Again, this Rangers team, they don't need many great chances. They usually take advantage of whatever you give them. And even though they may look like they're out of the game, 2-on-1 or one nice little pass, and they can score in the few chances they get. But tonight, they're getting lots of good opportunities, and they've cashed out on a few. Casey now has McPherson. Give McPherson get a hold of it. Now, that was out front, an open net for McPherson, and that's the difference. It's very simple. That's the difference. The ability to finish a play. It's been like that all season long. The Hawks just have a harder time around that net to finish plays off. Lord knows they get their chances. They can't complain about that. Deep in the corner, the Hawks lose control, and the Rangers able to skate that out. Fournette rubs his guy to the boards, but the Rangers able to knock it in deep. Richard loses his footing for a second. Rangers going to be first on the pucks here as they try to make a little move behind the net. That one's picked off by McPherson, but his second effort able to knock that out. Stretch pass. Nice little give and go here. Van Horsen in the slot as he tries to get on his back end, send it over. And now again, the Rangers looking for that opportunistic chance as they work that puck in front of the net. Pass is off the marker, but the second attempt is knocked in, but the Rangers able to clear the zone right away. Hawks send it right back in. Hawks looking a little more alive here, Tony, on this shift anyway. If they apply a little pressure here to disturb the force, they do. Rangers able to knock it in. Robichaud finishes his man, and Rangers almost first on the puck again, though. As both teams coming out a little bit more fully charged. There's another hit as Fournette Patterson lays out Kosovo. That one trickles out, and the Rangers going to have to be careful there as they almost get caught with too many men on the ice. Rangers able to dig that out from behind the net. But the Hawks trying to be opportunistic this time, but shot on, a little bit of a bounce there. Richford's unsure where that went, as that sort of took a bounce about a foot in front of him. Cormier over to Boudreau. Boudreau trying to get around his man. Gudet comes in to hold that in. Quick shot, but that misses. Picked up by Millier. Turns and fires on the other side. And again, unable to pull the trigger as that puck squirts off the stick of Cormier. Cormier drops it back to Millier. Millier puts that one on net, but that just goes wide off deflection. Cormier looking to walk out to find Millier cross court, but that hops over his stick. Gudet tries to hold it in, the linesman ends up stopping that puck in the neutral zone. Icing call on the Rangers. Well, the Hawks coming out with a little bit more fury this period anyway. Good to see, because they're going to need it. They got 15 minutes left to try to get at least 2 more. Elwood's moved up to the line as the Rangers elect to try to chip it right back in deep. Abel Agnew was looking for that little up high chip it over.
A little too saucy, a little bit too spicy on the sauce.
Big draw here, Rangers able to win it. They send it back up to the line. D-to-D pass as the Rangers look for that back door, but nobody was set up this time. Rangers cut that off, send it back in deep. Richford plays it back to Fournette. Fournette knocked off the puck. Rayfuse back to pick it up. He misses his target. Here come the Rangers right back in. Rangers able to hold the line as they try to control things here. That one's chipped up high and out. Fournette. Here's a 2-on-1 brewed up. Here's a chance. Oh, what a save! As the goalie able to slide over and get his blocker on that and send that out of play. And that's a big save there, as that would have brought us within 1.
Yeah, goalie showing up for the third.
Rangers able to win the draw. Well, Cornette Patterson tries to feed that towards the net. It goes off some shin pads. I feel like I've been saying that a little too much tonight to Tony. Shin pad, shin pad, shin pads. Rangers with the stretch pass. Tried to hit Van Horsey. He tries to catch it off the wall. St. Clair stripped of the puck by Van Horsen, and Rayfuse ends up on his back. He's a little upset about something, as he's been on the ground a few times tonight.
Well, Jamie, the Hawks coming out of the
Oh, geez, that one fed out front by Cornette Patterson. Almost goes off a player skating in the net.
To your point about energy, Jamie, the Hawks came out of the room for the third period not with a lot of energy. And you know, just looking at the benches here, you get a lot more from the St. John bench. And I'll show you a picture here as this play starts going. This is what the St. John bench looks like all the time.
There's Rayfuse in front of the net, hacks at one of his players. The refs let that go. There's Rayfuse.
This is how our bench looks all the time. So who's more into it?
Well, not to bring up another stat, but if you thought this Rangers team was going to lose 5 in a row, unfortunately, people who look at the numbers see kind of things like that, but the players probably have no idea how many losses the Rangers had in a row. You knew they were going to show up to play tonight, especially after getting beat at home. Villiers turns and fires. He misses the net. Arsenault sends it back up to Gannett. That sneaks away from him. And again, Richford's going to have to be out of the net as he plays that puck around the boards. Here's Cormier. Sends it over to Boudreau. He's back there waiting for the pass. Gonna get it. Oh, he tips it wide. And the Hawks backing right up here and need a little bit harder of a back check there. Rangers now up through the neutral zone. Rangers again back up to the point. Back down low. Oh, that's blocked, and the Hawks going to try to get to that puck first, but Rangers able to scoop that away. Stretch pass, looking for O'Toole on a little chip. Casey trying to muck things up. That puck sneaks away here as the Rangers going to try to ship that out front. And he takes a swing at it, misses, but he's knocked off the puck by Agnew. And now the player just picks that puck up and throws it. So that'll be a hand pass.
So again, panning on the benches. You know, I'm not too negative, but I'm a big believer in control. You can control, and you can control your body language. You can control your engagement. We're not doing that at all.
Boom tries to feed that towards the middle. Rangers now behind the net, working that puck, trying to go out front, quick shot, oh! Off the side of the net or off the toe of Richford, I'm not sure, but the Rangers almost get a pretty one there. Rangers back up at the point. Nice little move there as the Hawks just looking like they're not even applying any effort on the Rangers here. Look at this puck, loose puck. Rangers easily get to that first. Nobody wants to battle for that puck, and the Rangers will say, thank you very much. Rangers just getting involved everywhere. It was just over half this period gone. This is a horse and pony show, and guess who's the ponies? St. Clair now behind the net, able to hit McPherson. McPherson all the way over to Robichaud, chips it in, but he doesn't quite get the line. The goalie touches that, so that'll be called off. Rayfuse comes flying across the ice. Here's a chance for the Rangers as they try to go. Rebound, another chance, and he fans on the third attempt. As the Rangers coming close here. You could bet if the Hawks can't get one here in the next couple of minutes, it's going to be a long road to get back. Rangers again just controlling the play. Even the hits, the players are being knocked down. You hear their team cheering on the other side. The Hawks want to go for a change, but they got to be careful here as the Rangers are the ones controlling the puck. And there's another Hawks player showing frustration as he gives a two-hand to the chest to Kosovo. And it's Rayfuse. He's been off his game here, Tony. We seen it in front of the bench, and now he just done it again there. Definitely not having his best night, but both of them will go to the box.
Panning the benches again for the people at home.
Big discussion going on here. Not sure what they're talking about. Faceoff's going to be inside. Rangers able to get control. Millier finally kicks it away to his teammate. And Rangers able to keep that in. 2-on-1 Bruin up over to Van Horsen, but it pops off his stick. That's back up to the point. They knock it back in deep. I'm not sure what the control zone time is, but the Rangers just doing a great job tonight. As the Hawks' scoring woes continue, especially here at home. That one's picked off by Millier, shot right back in. Cormier going to be first there. Is anybody going to the net as he tries to feed that out front? There's a chance for Millier to walk in, shoot, rebound, score! Arsenault picks up the rebound in front of the net, and it actually looked like it wasn't going to work for a half a second, Tony, as the first attempt was fanned on. The second attempt finds its way between the 5-hole of Terry. Thibodeau, sorry.
Well, hopefully that gives us a little boost of energy so that we can build off of it. Boys are standing up.
Arsenault back to pick it up. That's offside, so they got to retreat. Arsenault applying a little pressure here with Boudreau. The Rangers able to get it by both of them. Cadet back to pick it up. He's hammered into the boards on a bad angle, and the ref's going to call a boarding penalty on that. And let's hope he's okay, as he went down very awkwardly. And Gaudette still down in the corner, making his way to his knees. That's going to be a 5-minute call here. Let's hope he's okay, as he's a big part of that back end for the Moncton Hawks. Well, Tony, they're holding him by both shoulders. I thought it might have been a shoulder, but it seems like maybe it's a leg as he's got one leg in the air. So let's hope he's okay there. He's gonna sit his self down on the bench, so that's good that he's not going off the ice immediately. He'll take a breather. We'll see how he turns out as these next 6 minutes and 51 seconds. So the Hawks, if they ever wanted a chance, 5-minute power play, this is what you want to definitely have, because they've been behind all night in this game. And if they were looking for a break, it's here. Let's see what they can do with it. Nice elusive play there by Richard as he skates so smoothly with that puck. Drop back off to Arsenault. Arsenault tries a stretch pass for the one-timer by Millier. And we don't do that very often, Tony, but that looked pretty sweet. That's kind of a play that we see from the Rangers more often. But Millier fanned on that one as he was looking to hammer down. Cormier tries to shoot that one through some legs. That goes off shin pads. Coach yells for Mason to switch sides as they want Millier on the right side, and he's set up now as he works his way to the middle. Quick shot off shin pads again, Tony. The word of the day. Millier trying to hold it in as he's got Arsenault down low. Millier comes in after he sends it back down, picks up his own shot, out to Cormier. Cormier, quick shot, off the arm, rebound. It's there, it's loose. The ref blows the whistle, but I see the puck. And players are all involved now, getting punched in the mouth, and we'll see what happens here. Well, this 5-minute power play, you can score as many goals as you can get in it. The Hawks just need one to tie it back up. Can they get it? The power play has been on and off for the most part for the Hawks this year. When it's working, it looks great, but sometimes it never gets that way. But here's a chance as the Rangers looking for shorthanded. But that one squirted away a little bit too far. Casey now over the red line. Two Rangers come down on him. There's an open up place. Oh, he had Fournette right beside him who had the right side to shoot with too, but he elected to shoot himself. Here's another shot. Deflected wide. Back up to the point. St. Clair fakes the shot. Fournette now, shot, rebound. There's a chance, he scores! Great pass by McPherson. And somehow the Hawks have clawed their way back. And you don't say this much, Tony, but they've been scoring on the power play tonight. And they still got 2:25 to go here with 4:16 left in the game. And if you could make a bet on FanDuel with the Hawks having the power play, you would probably bet on them. But the way this game's been going, not so fast. Cormier fires that, but hits the linesman. I don't know how many times the refs and linesmen have been involved in this game tonight, but there's a shot on net. The goalie looks for it. It's loose. No, it's underneath his pad. He looked back behind him for a half a second. It was that went off his shoulder and under his arm. Rangers looking to get a change, but ref says no, as he sends two guys back. But in doing so, he comes and talks to the Hawks, so he gives them a break anyway. So I don't know what's going on here. You might as well just allow them to change. Hawks able to win the draw. Big shot, rebound, isn't there? No, second attempt. The Hawks now, they're just joining in. It might look like the Hawks are all over the Rangers, but that's because they're on the power play. But the whole game, it's been the other way around. With the Hawks got a minute 22 left. They try to take their first lead. There's a rebound, another one, and the Rangers not able to clear it. It's kicked in by Millian. Oh, Cormier tried to find St. Clair on the far side, but that got deflected. And his own man, thinking he was going to him. Millian walks in off the wall, quick shot. Oh, that wraps all the way around, and that's going to kill some valuable time. That shot, Tony, you don't want to miss, because that's what can happen. You go from total control to a team being able to change all members on the ice, and you losing another 20 to 25 seconds by the time you get it in the zone and get control again. And the Rangers able to knock it out just like that, Tony, and that's going to bring this down to 30 seconds to go. And that little mishap happened with just over a minute to go on the power play, but now the Rangers are able to, they hit a man there behind the net. And that killed off that whole power play just from that shot missing the net. And the Rangers now full head of steam as they try to walk over the line, feed that up, but Fournette pushes it up to McPherson. Shot on that rebound. Oh, stop as Casey came in late and he had the shot, but that just went off the Trapper side. Now in deep, 1:25 to go. McPherson working in the corner. He gets headlocked and the ref up here calls it. The ref down low must have seen it as the hand came up from the chin. Looked like a Hulk Hogan move from the 80s. Now the Rangers showing frustration, and I get it. They were just trying to be aggressive, and sometimes when you're a little too aggressive, you force something the wrong way, and the Hawks will finish on the power play, but they lose the draw, and that's something they've been struggling with all year long, is these draws, and it's costing them valuable, valuable time. Killing off penalties and controlling offensive zone penalty time. Hawks finally settle this down as Millier works his way out off the skates though. Arsenault trips up over, sorry, that's Cormier trips up over a stick. That one's shot but not out. Millier in his, oh, nice little dish as he fakes the shot over to Boudreau, but I don't know if Boudreau got all of his stick on that or if the goalie was able to knock it away, but it was at the side of the net. There's a shot, rebound, and Rangers pick it up, and they fire it all the way down the ice. They're going to get some fresh legs on. 20 seconds to go. Can the Hawks control this? No, the Rangers able to apply a little pressure, steal that puck away, and send it all the way down the ice. And with 10 seconds to go, the Hawks are gonna go to overtime with a 4-on-3 for 40 seconds. Last time it was 3-3 in overtime. We were playing the Miramichi Rivermen, and the same thing happened where the Hawks were in the penalty box. And Rivermen were able to win it in overtime, 4-3. Well, story of the game, the Rangers showed up to play. All kinds of pressure, able to score some pretty goals. And although the Hawks looked a step behind the whole game, their power play was able to feed them the goals they needed to get them to overtime. And now in a 5-minute overtime, your Hawks get to start with 4 versus 3. Can they find a way to claw themselves back and soar for the victory? Or will the Rangers be able to get a win back up in the column books? Rangers win a vital draw. Tony, I can't go over this enough, how much of a skill this is of winning face-offs. And right there, entering the zone, the team lost 15 seconds. And now they have 15 seconds left to make this happen as they send it out front. Quick shot, misses wide. 10 seconds to go, they knock it in deep. They got an extra man on the ice. Make something happen as they get it out to Arsenault. And I don't know about you, Tony, but get people to the net here as it's killed off.
Early. He was out with 2 seconds left.
Well, it didn't matter now. It's over and done with. The Rangers were able to kill it off. And like I said, when a man's down, you got to take advantage, because if not, now we're at 3-on-3, so it's anybody's ball game now. Uh-oh, lots of room here. Nobody pressuring him, as he walks in nicely to set things up. He elects to go back. I thought he was going to go all the way down there, Tony, the way he was skating. Three-on-3 is a strange thing. Sometimes you got a one-trick pony on the ice who's just faster and stronger than everybody. Rangers fire one, tipped in, scores! Shot from the point, tipped, and the Hawks lose again in overtime at home, 4-3. And unfortunately, after a last valiant effort by the Hawks, they get nipped again at home, and now have a losing record at home. And they're going to have to find a way to get back tomorrow as they take on the Rivermen, 7 o'clock. We'll see you then. We'll do the ceremonial handshake, and we'll see you tomorrow.
were 6-6, and now we're, hold on. We got 4. No, we're 4. We're 5, and maybe we're 5. Jane will be upset. Jane has every loss this year for the team, except for the one game and one tournament. All right, tomorrow, your machine.
Yeah, see you then.